Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Kentucky teachers expressed their disappointment after several bills that could impact them seem to be at a standstill. And a new partnership here in our region cranks up the volume on music and arts education.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Alrighty, it is almost 6:01 on your Tuesday. I'm Dakota Makris, and it's another not a very cold start. That's very dramatic of me to say. Brandon, I wouldn't say very cold, but it's a chilly start.
It's chilly this morning, and not nearly as cold as yesterday with teens and single digits. But of course, it got pretty warm yesterday. Got up into the 50s, and we'll get into the 60s today for the first full day of spring. Let's take a look, see what's going on this morning. 19 to 35. That is the range out there this morning between Clintwood and Jackson. A lot of mid to upper 20s and low 30s across the region. So again, not too bad. Across our actual region, 35 Myrtle Beach, chill down that way. 41 in the Big Apple, 45 in St. Louis, and 37 in Atlanta this morning. Day planner for today, we're going to see temperatures climb to near 60 degrees. A mix of sun and clouds there for a little bit, and then we'll see again clouds take over as we head deeper into the evening and overnight hours before the rain chances come back into play. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Lawmakers in Frankfort have yet to make decisions on bills aimed to combat the teacher shortage. House Bill 319 is one of them. It focuses more on filling holes and gaps in staffing by removing licensure hurdles and less to do with keeping current educators. Kelsey Soto talked with teachers about the lack of action at the state capitol.
Teachers' hearts are broken. They don't want to do other things. They really want to do what they signed up to do.
Laura Hartke is a lifelong educator, third generation in fact. She says her colleagues are leaving the profession faster than ever due to a lack of pay, decreased support, and shrinking resources. In Fayette County, her rent has increased $600 over the last 6 years, but her wages haven't kept up.
I do think it's a calling. Kids never disappoint, never. They never disappoint, and they're our future. And when you're sitting before them and you're working with them, that passion won't go away.
The market used to be competitive. The Kentucky Education Association says the Commonwealth ranks 44th in the nation for teacher salaries, and it's imperative that the gaps are addressed before it's too late.
Our educators work tirelessly, day in and day out, to make sure that our students have the best education possible. And we just need to make sure that we're respecting and we're promoting and supporting their work every single day, because the future of Kentucky is sitting in our classrooms right now.
I asked Governor Andy Beshear about lawmakers' efforts, or lack thereof, to pass bills this session that could combat shortages and focus on retention.
I'm tired of seeing our General Assembly attack teachers and educators over and over. You know, our school systems are the largest employers in most of their districts. It means they're not only attacking folks that we desperately need and look after our kids, but they're also hurting their own communities by not paying a living wage to the largest employer and their employees.
That was Kelsey Soto reporting. The GOP-led General Assembly did not take up Governor Beshear's proposal to provide teachers with a 5% pay increase. Last year, lawmakers gave all state employees except teachers raises. Governor Andy Beshear signed House Bill 75 into law yesterday, which allows hospitals to receive a higher reimbursement for outpatient services and Medicaid patients. The governor says the bill ensures access to health care for Kentuckians. Donovan Blackburn, Chief Executive Officer of Pikeville Medical Center, discussed the challenge his hospital has faced in recent years.
To compound our challenges over the past 3 years when dealing with COVID, we have seen our expenses raised by nearly 30% while still being 77% dependent upon Medicaid and Medicare, whose rates have not nearly increased enough to offset the general wage inflation, leading to our current financial crisis for our hospitals. Now imagine what would happen to the people we serve in our region if we were forced to cut services or, God forbid, even close down services due to these financial challenges.
Well, Blackburn says last year his hospital lost $24 million. This year, it is expected to lose another $14 million. Today, Kentucky senators will conduct an impeachment hearing. This will be the Commonwealth's first since 1888. 7 senators will consider allegations against former Commonwealth's attorney Ronnie Goldie. He oversaw Bath, Menifee, Montgomery, and Rowan counties. He was accused of doing favors for a woman facing prosecution in exchange for nude photos. He resigned earlier this year. Impeaching him could prevent him from holding office in the future. Proceedings are expected to last 2 days. Well, the area off of Exit 29 in Laurel County was annexed by the City of London last year, but the City of Corbin wants to change that. The City of Corbin says it made an infrastructure investment in the area off of the exit during the 1970s, which is now causing the city to appeal London's annexation in hopes of benefiting from the $40 million investment in the future.
The City of Corbin invested $40 million and at the City of London's request, because there was industry that wanted to come into southern Laurel County and they were unable to service that area. It was too far down, and so the City of Corbin then stepped up to the plate and brought an enormous amount of jobs in the 70s for this area.
London Mayor Randall Weddle says his city annexed the area before Corbin was legally allowed to. Corbin Mayor Susie Rasmus says she believes the appellate court will reach a decision as to who gets ownership of the property in the next few months. A new partnership in the mountains is cranking up the volume on music and arts education. Our buddy Forbes has more about the project.
A collaboration focused on powering up the arts.
We felt that Diversified and MAC would be a great partner to build and grow in the arts and music within the area.
The Mountain Arts Center is working with Diversified Energy, renaming a portion of the MAC to recognize the unified effort to educate.
Our passion is the arts, and right behind that is education for the arts. And so for them to step up and be a partner and really see what we can do here.
The partnership includes more than the Diversified Energy education wing.
Come on, y'all, let's go in and see.
One room serves as a memorial for a former employee of Diversified Energy, Joey Stumbo.
That always gave everybody that he worked with and worked around the same contagious attitude.
While the other is devoted to the area's first responders and its fallen officers.
What we want to focus on is being good stewards of everything that we do. So we're not a drilling company. We just buy up mature assets from other companies that are constantly drilling, and we take care of those assets to the best of our abilities. So if we're going to do that for our wells and whatever else we own, we want to do it for our communities as well.
Those involved say the partnership, which will bring in $75,000 over the next 3 years, is expected to expand on the resources available in the center.
Bringing music, bringing arts, bringing just some kind of stimulating the mind aspect. And this is a great partnership for that.
Educating, creating, and celebrating.
So we're already expanding those capabilities and our hours and our curriculum. So it came at a really good time and a really special time.
By partnering together. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The company's contributions will be used for new instruments and other educational needs. The MAC has already purchased some instruments and opened its education stations more thanks to the partnership.
Coming up on 6:09, we are tracking some cooler air this morning. Go down to Lake Cumberland at Pulaski County. You can see fairly quiet down that way this morning. No major issues. A little grainy on the camera because, of course, it's nighttime there. Temperatures 19 to 35. We got 31 in Pikeville, 33 in Prestonsburg, 35 in Jackson, 30 in Moorhead, 32 in Logan, 32 in Wise, 19 in Clintwood, 21 in Jonesville, 25 now Somerset and London, 24 in Manchester, Middlesboro, and 23 down in East Tennessee and Jacksboro. So a little extra to maximum you need on your coffee beater this morning. And as you're grabbing something, a donut, a bagel, whatever you got going out the door this morning, it's going to be a fairly nice day, mix of sun and clouds, and temperatures approach the 60-degree mark. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. When we come back, Paramount News this morning, New York City prepares for possible protest as we wait to see if charges are filed against former President Donald Trump.